Yo guys, what is good? It's your boy John Monk here, back again with another video, and today we're going over a pair of shoes that's almost impossible to find in America. Alright, as always, if you guys have not seen my most recent video where I go over the Nike SB Air Max 95s in the Cactus Flower colorway, make sure to go check it out afterwards. Definitely, if you guys are interested in learning more about Nike SB or Air Max 95s, it's definitely a helpful video to watch. So make sure to check it out if you guys haven't done so already. And in today's video, we are going over yet another sneaker review. But before we go over this, I wanted to show you guys another pickup that I got. All right, so I know on my channel, I'm always saying that I want to make more content on clothing. I'm always doing sneaker reviews, but I'm really big into style and fashion as well. And I think for the summertime, I wanted to pick up some more shorts to rock, you know, while we still can. And I got two pairs from Nike. I think Nike's woven shorts are probably the best bang for your buck. These are a great material, they're very breathable, they're very comfortable, and I got two colors. Now I already own like 3 or 4 other colorways of these, but I wanted to get more colors because I do like them a lot. If I could only wear one pair of shorts for the entire summer, they would have to be Nike woven shorts. I think that they're very affordable, and especially on Nike right now, they're having a huge sale, so you can basically get them at half the cost. So they just arrived today. I just got them in the mail and I wanted to open them up with you guys. So first off, let's go over this colorway first. I think I got both of them for maybe about like a little over 20 each. So not a bad deal for shorts. All right, so for this one, we got the navy colorway. Now I don't have a ton of navy shorts, surprisingly. So I needed a pair. Just something that is not black, but still a dark color. So I love the Nike woven shorts because they're very comfortable and breathable. They have a nice flowy fit at the bottom. I love the split hem right here, as you guys can see. And then my favorite thing about the shorts are the white embroidered Nike logo at the corner. I think it's very cool. So this is the navy pair. Very, very cool, very nice. And something that's very wearable and versatile. All right, let's go over to the second one. Now this one, I'm actually not really sure of what the color is yet because I haven't taken it out of the plastic. The website says it's in this white colorway, but I do feel like it has some sense of like bluish tint to it. And I think I'm right. Yeah, it's kind of blue, but it's also like silver as well. So I would say this is like a platinum color. I think that's what the website said. It said it's like white platinum. I really liked it because I saw that kind of like tint of blue to it. It wasn't just white. And I feel like this is a very clean color to wear in the summertime. I mean, this is a very subtle shade of blue, but it's still very nice to rock. And then we have our embroidered Nike logo at the corner. So yeah, when it comes to the Nike shorts, I could wear these all summer long. They come in a ton of different colorways and they go on sale pretty often. So if you guys have not gotten yourself a pair of Nike Flow shorts just yet, make sure to go hop on it right away while they're still on sale. And obviously the main driver of today's video is this right here. Now this is not my pair, but my girlfriend Jasmine just got back from Malaysia and she also went to Singapore at the time. And she's always told me that she wanted a pair of Onitsuka Tigers. Now for a while, I really wanted to get her own pair of Onitsuka Tigers, but in the US, they're extremely hard to get. I feel like ever since their Onitsuka Tiger flagship store closed down in New York City, I haven't really seen these available in the States. So she got hers when she was in Singapore, and I'm happy that she was able to finally get her hands on this pair. So when she got hers, I think she was very considerate. She knew that I wanted to unbox them on my channel, so she gave them to me to review them to you guys. I think that I'm very excited. So as always, let's go ahead and take off the lid, and then we have the wrapping paper. And in 3, 2, 1, sheesh! Yes, sir! As you guys can see, we do have the Asics Onitsuka Tiger Mexico 66s in the Birch colorway. So if you guys didn't know, Onitsuka Tiger is basically the Japanese designer line of Asics, and they basically make very vintage looking sneakers. I think the aesthetic of this kind of model is trending nowadays, so we are definitely in the times of Asics Onitsuka Tigers. So like I said before, it's really hard to find a pair for retail in the US because I feel like this is a sneaker that is produced in Asia. And there aren't a lot of Onitsuka Tiger stores in America to begin with. So you're kind of at a loss if you want a pair for retail. But Jasmine was in Singapore and she was able to find these on the shelves. They were basically just sitting there. And it kind of goes to show that, you know, when you're in Asia, there are stuff that are available that you would not be able to find in America, and vice versa. That's why whenever I travel and I see a pair of sneakers that I would not be able to find at home, I just get really excited and I have to get it immediately. So yeah, when it comes to the Mexico 66s, it is a very sought after sneaker. I think a lot of people in today's age, especially girls, are wearing the Mexico 66. I think they have a very vintage aesthetic look to them, yet they're also very simple. Most of their colorways are typically with a white or cream base, so they are pretty wearable for the most part. And if you guys have not seen one of my most recent videos where I go over the Puma Speed Cats, I compare them to the Mexico 66s because I think that both models have a very similar look to them. Those two models are definitely shoes that are trending in today's markets nowadays. Now, a lot of people are going for the cheaper option, which is the Puma Speed Cats. They only retail for like $100. However, if you have a little bit of extra money and you could get your hands on this pair, you know, people are also going for the Asics Onitsuka Tigers as well. Now, Jasmine tells me back in Singapore, a lot of people are wearing a pair of Mexico 66s. And here in the US, yeah, a lot of people are wearing them too, but I doubt that they're getting them from retail markets. I think they're probably getting them from secondhand markets such as StockX or GOAT. I think Amazon's even selling them, but I doubt that those are real. Now, the Mexico 66s do retail for a price of $140 USD. I do believe that's kind of steep for a pair of canvas sneakers. However, like I said before, Onitsuka Tiger is kind of known to be a little high-end, designer-esque. So I guess that's what you're paying for. You're not really paying for the materials of the sneaker. I mean, they are made with pretty good materials, but I just don't think that $140 is worth the price of these shoes. You can basically get something very similar with the Puma Speed Cats, and you can get them on sale for about $80, and that's basically almost half the price. Nevertheless, when Jasmine was in Singapore, she knew that she would not be able to get these here, so I think she had to take up the opportunity to buy them. It definitely makes me feel proud as a sneakerhead to see my girlfriend pulling the trigger on a pair of sneakers that she's been wanting for a while now. And yeah, that's the feeling that I always get when I get mine. I think for the most part, this colorway is very clean and very simple. You have a cream base, but on the Asics logo, that's where you have the gray. Both colors go very well together. And again, it makes a very vintage looking sneaker, which is perfect for the time. I think in speaking fashion, a lot of people like to wear these sneakers with baggy pants, barrel-legged pants, but you could also wear them with cropped pants as well. I think that this is a very versatile sneaker where you can basically wear them with anything and they'll look good. It's a very simple shoe. There's not too much going on here. And again, I think that's why it's so sought after. All right, so now that we got all the talking out of the way, let's take a deeper look into the shoe itself. So starting off with the upper, on our toe box, we do have a suede construction. Below it, we do have a tumbled leather panel in cream. Now the suede is, I would say it's not the most dried out, but it's also not buttery. It's somewhere in between, but it is a nice feeling kind of suede for the most part. Now below our toe box, we do have a rubber mudguard, and it has this kind of patterning that's like in these lines or squiggles right here, as you guys can see. Now moving over to the tongue area, as we see with the dried out suede, it continues on where the lace holes are. Now for laces, we do have these thin cream colored laces that matches the rest of the sneaker. Now on our tongue, we do have a tumbled leather construction, and on the tongue tag up at the top, we do have the Onitsuka Tiger logo. Now, while most of our lace holes are just regular cutouts, here at the top, we do have some metallic lace loops. Now, if you guys can see very carefully, we do have Onitsuka Tiger debossed into the lace loops, which is a very nice detail as well. Now moving over to the side profile of the sneaker, we do have the Asics logo in gray. Now this is in the suede construction, and I would say that this suede is very buttery. I like it a lot. And if you kind of hold the gray color into the light, it doesn't necessarily look like a pure gray, but more kind of like a bluish grayish tint. So I think that's very cool as well. Moving over to the back profile of the sneaker, we have this X patterning right here that is in that suede once again. One thing that I truly love about the Mexico 66 is the heel tab on the back right here. It's kind of like this like flappy little thing, which is really cool because when you wear it, the tab kind of sticks downwards, and then you can see the Onitsuka Tiger in gray. Once again, very, very cool. And then as we look into the midsole of the sneaker, now like the Puma Speed Cats, this is a very thin midsole. It's very, very small. And I would say that this is probably one of the smallest midsoles I've ever seen in a sneaker. Now, first off, on top, we do have the gray rubber construction that is built for the support. And then below it, now we have our Birch colorway. Now, I don't always go over the inner of the sneaker. However, when I do, it's because it's something worth mentioning. But when we look at the inside of the sneaker, taking a look at the lining, there's not much going on here. It's pretty much just canvas. Now, you would expect for a sneaker this expensive, there might be some extra padding, some comfortable lining right here, but there is not a ton going on. It's just very thin. And Jasmine was telling me that when it comes to the Mexico 66s, they are kind of uncomfortable because they do not provide much support to the ankle, making it very flimsy to wear, which is very interesting because I know that for a fact, the Puma Speed Cats are a very comfortable sneaker, yet these are so much more expensive. Now, as we go over to the insoles of the sneaker, now I know that Asics typically uses Ortholite technology in their shoes. However, when it comes to this insole, I don't see anything with Ortholite branding. So this might not be Ortholite. It's kind of plush. It's kind of soft. It's not the softest midsole, I would say, but still, I think that this is kind of what makes the sneaker most comfortable, at least. And then here at the bottom, we do have our Onitsuka Tiger branding, once again in gray. And then finally, as we go over to the outsoles of the sneaker, we do have our rubber construction in cream with this very jagged patterning. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before. And then in the center, we do have the Onitsuka Tiger logo debossed into it. So yeah, after taking a closer look at this sneaker, I'm kind of conflicted over it. I do think it is a very nice sneaker. If I've ever gotten one in my size, I would definitely want to try it out. However, I'm kind of questioning, is this sneaker actually worth it? You know, for $140, you're basically spending a lot of money for a sneaker that is basically high-end and almost designer-esque, but you're not getting a whole lot at the end of the day. You know, it's almost kind of like buying a pair of Balenciagas or a pair of Dior's, right? You're paying for the brand, but you're not paying for any materials that the sneaker offers. It's actually a pretty uncomfortable sneaker. I was kind of surprised when Jasmine told me that the insides are just very thin, that it's just pure canvas, that there's no padding or foam or anything. So this makes it something that is almost kind of uncomfortable to wear at the end of the day. Pretty surprising in my opinion. So do I think you should buy this sneaker? Honestly, I would say it's up to you. If you are a fan of the Onitsuka Tigers and the whole look to it, definitely check them out. But if you are still on the fence about maybe whether or not you should buy them, I would say definitely do your research on it. And you could definitely hold off if you are still hesitant. For me, obviously as a sneakerhead, I would always want the opportunity to own a pair. But if I didn't have one, I wouldn't be mad. But yep, these are the Onitsuka Tiger Mexico 66s in the Birch colorway. Shout out to Jasmine for letting me do a whole review with her sneakers. But now I'll hear from you guys. If you guys have any other information on Onitsuka Tiger as a brand or the Mexico 66s, let me know in the comments down below. I feel like I don't know too much about the brand or about the shoe, so definitely I'd like to learn more. And as always, if you guys liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you guys want to hear more from me, smash the subscribe button because more will be on the way. Again, these are the Onitsuka Tiger Mexico 66s, and I see you guys in the next video. Peace!